The violence associated with the 2007 general elections came as no surprise to those who recall the clashes in the previous decade. However, few anticipated the magnitude reflected in the intensity of the violence and the speed at which it spread. The levels of animosity witnessed in many parts of Kenya were unprecedented. By the end of February 2008, the violence had resulted in the displacement of 663,921 people, out of which 350,000 sought shelters in 118 camps. 313,921 were integrated in communities countrywide, while 640 households took refuge in Uganda. The violence caused the loss of 1,300 lives and 78,254 houses were burnt or destroyed, a reminder of the dark side of human nature. In all cases, there was extreme human suffering.
Tuamue kwamba katika nchi hii yetu ya Kenya tutaishi pamoja zote. Na mimi nimesema hiyo kwa sababu tumeshakubaliana sisi viongozi wenu.
As part of the healing and reconciliation efforts by the government, effective resettlement of IDPs became a key priority. A Department of Mitigation and Resettlement was established under the Ministry of State for Special Programs. Its mandate was to facilitate the resettlement of IDPs and livelihood recovery, as well as restoring and enhancing the capacity of basic services. In one of its efforts, the department initiated Operation Rudi Nyumbani, a Swahili phrase meaning return home, in May of 2008 to resettle IDPs. Initially, most IDPs were reluctant to return to their homes for fear of attacks from their neighbors.
Tumefurahi sana kuletea watu wageni hapa kwetu na tumewakaribisha na tutakaa pamoja.
The government, through Operation Rudi Nyumbani, managed to persuade 350,000 individuals to return to their farms, with the incentive to provide them with security and a payment of 10,000 shillings to the heads of households of affected families and 25,000 shillings to heads of households whose houses were burnt or destroyed. The majority of IDPs who had land have since returned to their homes.
Watu wa serikali wamekuja makaongea, makasema turudi na tukarudi, na hawa makasema hakuna ubaya, tukae na amani, na ndio tunaona hii kuna amani, kwa maana hakuna maneno yanatokea.
The government specifically addressed security issues beyond building police posts to promote and facilitate community-level reconciliation. The violence had torn apart Kenya's social fabric and had generated deep trauma.
Tuendelea kuhimiza amani na wizara yetu pamoja na internal security tutaendelea kuwa na mikutano za amani katika kila pembe ya jamhuri hii.
Some 1,600 families were moved to a farm recently purchased by the government at Nyumbani in Laikipia Central District.
This place has been described as a cold desert. I have been here, I have seen, and I can certainly say it is not a desert. Throughout, the soil cover in terms of vegetation is so universal on this soil. And if you look at the neighborhood, the developments that are coming convinces me that the land is arable.
Members of a task force formed by President Kibaki to oversee the resettlement of IDPs have been working round the clock to fast-track the resettlement.
We have succeeded to resettle 7,113 from the initial figure of 9,571.
The more than 5,710 households who were evicted from the water towers of forests, namely Mau and Kipkurere, by the government, moved to their new home at Chemusia Farm in Eldoret. Due to the limited acreage of the land, the government settled each household on 2¼ acres in order to avoid the mushrooming of slums. Settled in eco-villages, the farm boasts of a social centre and 1/4 acre for each IDP household and the remaining 2 acres for farming.
Sasa nyinyi si IDP tena. Kwa hivyo wakati unatembea huko usiende kusema unajua mimi ni IDP. Hiyo jina utoe kabisa. Kwa nini? Kwa mdomo yako. Tafadhali kila mtu akipoa shamba yake ya kulima, mali yake ya kuishi, msiuze hiyo shamba.
Further, the government partnered with the private sector, UN agencies, NGOs and faith-based organizations to construct houses for IDPs in various parts of the country. Under this arrangement, 19,521 houses have been constructed in parts of Nakuru, Trans Nzoia and Uasin Gishu counties. The government has also worked out modalities where individual IDPs can identify suitable land in areas of their choice. The government bought land in some regions only for the host communities to reject the resettlement plans.
Some of the politicians were even talking very loudly. I've never heard them visit any of the camps. They don't even know where these camps are. If they left us together with the IDPs to resolve this issue, I think we are going to do it fairly fast, because we appreciate the hardship that the internally displaced persons are going through, and we need to resolve it before the next general election comes.
The ministry holds consultative meetings with officials of the National IDPs Network. The meetings, which bring together leaders of the IDP camps in the country, reviews progress and challenges the way forward for the ongoing IDP resettlement program.
Mimi niko na furaha sababu mmekuwa watulivu na kazi itaisha.
The government is developing a national policy for the prevention of internal displacement, protection and assistance to internally displaced persons in Kenya. The policy provides a legal framework in addressing the plight of internally displaced persons in accordance with the UN Convention and other international protocols governing all forms of internal displacement. Bye bye, they sing and dance. These were internally displaced people, at last having finally found a place they can call home, as they've resided in camps for years. For many, it's like a dream come true.
Amani ikae na sisi tuwe tu tunajivunia kuwa wa Kenya, tusijali mtu ni kabila gani, tujali tu maisha ya watoto wetu na maisha yetu.